Premier, and thank you very much for the leadership shown by the Premier and the Deputy Premier really driving this through the National Cabinet process. Not only is New South Wales the first state to fully implement the National Agricultural Workers Code, it was New South Wales that actually showed leadership in driving the development of this code because, as Tully said, the industry is worth about $16 billion a year to our economy, but also the implementation of this code is crucial, particularly in the context of the largest harvest our state's seen in the last half a decade coming up between now and Christmas. And if we didn't have the implementation of this code, that is the free movement under a single permit system of agricultural workers, so farmers, ancillary workers in agriculture, if they weren't able to travel freely between Victoria, New South Wales and South Australia, we estimated that we'd see a write-down in agricultural production of around $2.3 billion alone just in the next 12 months. And that's something we cannot afford, particularly when the country, and certainly our state, is looking to rural and regional New South Wales to be the tip of the spear in terms of the economic recovery from COVID. And as Tully said, we've seen a bounce back in seasonal conditions in the region, some good rain, biggest harvest we've seen in the horticultural and grain sector, and we don't want to miss out on that first opportunity to bounce back. So again, I want to thank the Premier and the Deputy Premier for their leadership and their support in helping to get this across the line and obviously implement it, and also to pay tribute to my fellow ministerial colleagues in both Victoria and South Australia who have partnered with us to make sure this happens. And if I could finish on one point, and that is that it is still bitterly disappointing from my perspective that Queensland has refused to be a signatory to this code. I don't know what they're doing up there and why they don't value agriculture, but it's going to certainly have an impact in northern New South Wales, the fact that Queensland still refuses to sign up to the code. And I continue to appeal to the Queensland Premier and my ministerial colleague in Queensland to think again about signing up to this code because it's a crying shame that they won't support the agricultural sector as all the other states have as well.